Is there even a future of shipping? Of course it is.
The industry has been facing challenges and it has allowed the industry to evolve.
We have been successful looking at the future together and developing a strategy together.
I like the spirit of collaboration that I've seen in the last few years.
Oh man, shipping is very essential across the world. You need your food, you need your clothes. We all need trade.
Some people say 80%, I would say 90% of everything we see. It doesn't matter if it's your smartphone or the food you eat, is being transported by vessel.
Shipping has been the lifeblood of the Kenyan economy. We wouldn't survive as an economy without the impact of shipping.
During the past 10 years, I think we've seen how critical ports and shipping are to the global economy. When the supply chain gets disrupted, as it did on several occasions, the importance of our industry came to the forefront.
COVID-19 was maybe the most extreme shock that shipping has ever experienced.
It was a challenge for everyone, be it at home, be it at job, be it on ship.
Shipping continued. Shipping brought all the goods, all the medicine, all the raw materials.
I must say thanks particularly to our seafarers, who were real heroes during this period of time.
Despite of all those challenges that we face in this industry, we seafarers still manage to stay incredibly resilient.
It came and it passed.
When I think about seafarers, I think about the need to set requirements, rules, and regulations that train the seafarers in a way that keeps them engaged and motivated, but most importantly, keeps them safe.
Education of crew is an issue, and with the new technologies we are working with in the future, we need to train them very well.
And then we need high-quality crew that we keep for many, many years.
There's a social and national dimension to our work because it has allowed our seafarers to overcome many of their financial challenges and have given them very, very interesting careers.
And so the onus really is on all of us in the industry to focus on where this next generation future seafarer is coming from.
Africa has this huge population of young people who are smart, agile, innovative, and therefore this brings a new opportunity for them.
The supply chain has been built and geared towards a just-in-time arrival, and if one thing in that supply chain was to break, it has a catastrophic knock-on effect on the movement of goods.
The drought in Panama Canal is perhaps a result of climate change. The same can be said with essential rivers, like the Mississippi River, with too less water for maritime transportation.
Geopolitical conflicts have been much more pronounced in the last, I would say, 3 years since the Ukrainian war. But the biggest that has affected us is the Middle East one, the Suez Canal, where it was choked by the Houthi rebels.
It seems that our world has not learned the lessons of the last 50 years. And that is everything from big power conflicts to trade wars to sanctions.
Whether it's through piracy, terrorism, war, or conflict, this has become a part of our day-to-day operations, very sadly.
The seafarers' safety is paramount, but shipping then found a way to continue to trade, even taking a longer route around the Cape of Good Hope in South of Africa. It's not ideal because, of course, that increases emissions.
Decarbonization journey, that has been a journey in the last decade, but it has been a steep learning curve for this industry. Which are the fuel sources to use? What is the technology to use?
There has been now an urgent push for shipping, which contributes 3% of greenhouse gas emissions, to also become part of the solutions to save the planet.
We have seen an increase in the efficiency of the ships when it comes to emissions, a reduction of accidents, as well as detrimental damage to the environment.
The IMO has come up with very ambitious goals for 2050 to be net zero.
We have embraced the challenge and have actually, on the ferry that we are on board right now, effectively reduced the emissions by more than 50% since these vessels were put in service back in 1997.
We have seen developments in vessel sizes, development of speed, and as well in size of engines, so that with more capacity transported, we are using less fuel.
We've seen significant advancements in ship design, in engine manufacturing, and one of the things that has happened towards the end of this decade is the real positive movement in alternative fueled vessels.
The maritime industry is going to be key to be able to make sure that we have the infrastructure to bring new energy sources to new demand. And so it's important that we have that teamwork between different sectors.
The challenge will be building the capacity of both the shore and the seafarers themselves to understand the new fuels, how to handle them, the transportation, the storage.
Every investment in terms of this new technology is not cheap, all right? It has to be funded, and everybody has to participate in the technology race.
So it's a highly competitive industry. But there are elements that are important on this, for example, to not compete on safety, not compete on having cheap environmental solutions.
Wherever new inventions can be implemented in other shipping companies, we should share those freely. And over the last 10 years, we've seen an enormous effort being put in to do exactly that.
The lesson learned is the obvious one. Cooperation, cooperation, cooperation.
I don't think we had much dialogue 10 years ago, and this is today totally different. If I look at the areas where we work together at the IMO, but also on clean energy marine hubs, for instance, there is a very, very intense cooperation.
We need to collaborate with all parties concerned. First of all, ports. We are part of the same logistic chain. We need to talk to the seafarers' unions, to the industry, and to the government.
Many years ago, there was quite a distance between the policymakers and the industry. Over the past years, that has changed. It's short lines, we know how to find each other. There is a problem, how can we fix it together? And I think that's the way forward.
We've also seen a very big leap into automation and digitalization.
The analysis of big data is much more readily available in a way that helps us to perfect processes.
And the reality is automation and artificial intelligence and anything that will allow efficiency is going to happen.
Ships being intelligent, ports being intelligent, ports and terminals being unmanned, and that doesn't mean that the jobs will be lost. They will be just reassigned in other areas, and we will be more efficient, more accurate, more precise.
We're using technology innovation to optimize port operations, and we need to make sure that we avoid that there is a digital divide in the industry. I think that's really important.
Shipping used to be known as a quite traditional business, but I now see how the industry is adapting to new technologies. It's an industry which is super challenging and it's interesting to be in.
Open borders and global trade is the best way not only to increase prosperity for everyone around the world, but it's also the bridge to build political understanding. I do foresee a more turbulent world, but I always say that shipping will always find a way.
What is important is that we will continue to learn from the past. We will analyze the future and look into enhancing the safety, security of shipping and the green credentials as well.
We now are focusing not only on technical issues, but on the well-being of the seafarers, and that makes my heart bloom, is what we would say in the Netherlands.
I've seen so many people who are so passionate about this industry. And, you know, while we compete commercially, we're all good friends. Good times, bad times, we stay very optimistic. And it's a very cheerful industry. Yeah, so please, welcome. Come and join this wonderful maritime industry. That was a sales speech, by the way.